when in 1988, when me and Maija met, I just thought it's a nice thing to show. But I was staying in Finland with my uncle, and we started working together in this kindergarten. I can still remember all of those children's names, by the way. Anyway, it was a nice place, alternative kindergarten run by this Ananda Marga nun. So go forward until 2013. Well, we got back in contact, and we were both studying art, basically. To cut a long story short, we weren't studying art at the time when we knew each other, but we both went in a similar direction without realizing it. So so we met up, and I met Mika, Maija's husband, and they'd been doing all of these great art projects together. So we cooked up a project of our own, which was like a exchange project. We just thought, first of all, we'll start exhibiting some Welsh art in Finland and some Finnish art in Wales, and that's how it started. So this is Amy Sturley on here, who's helping me with paint these trees white, because we had an exhibition that Maija organised for us, the first one, which was in Hyvinkää, where they live, and we cooked up this idea, and the exhibition was called Interior Landscapes. So the idea was that it was a landscape that was actually inside a gallery, but it's also kind of an interior thing. So first thing we did was go to the countryside and pick all these trees, and or cut them down and paint them white. So that was the first thing that we did, and Amy helped me, bless her. There she is with white feet, and helping with this. So this was the gallery in Hyvinkää, which is Hyvinkää Art Museum, and this was Amy's work on the other side of the wall. And I've just done this one as an overview, but you can see this is a better picture. These are rolling pins, and Amy had carved these with images and words and stuff, and took these prints here from these. It was a really great idea, and it worked really well. And oh yeah, and that's the white trees, which is mine on the other side. This started very small, really, with just the two of us, me and Amy. And on this, there's children in here that are walking around through the trees, and that's why they're moving, but the trees are still. Maija took this photo a while ago. Oh yeah, and this band. So we did this whole project with the backing of Wrexham, when Stefan Jones-Hughes was still the arts lead there in the building, and he was really fond of this band, Cowboys Buttonog. So he said, when you go to Finland, why don't you ask these guys if they want to come as well? So that's what we did. We had Arts Council backing, and we got these guys to come, and they were really happy. And while they were, this is them playing in the gallery, as you can see. But while they were in the band, we met this guy, Mika Ikonen, I think his name was, and he found a couple of other gigs for the band. So they had like a bit of a tour of Hyvinkää and different places. And one of the places they played was like a sort of mini festival, and there was some other bands playing there, and there was a Finnish kind of contemporary folk band as well called Kardemimit, and they ended up coming to Wrexham. So this is in Wrexham here. I don't know if you can see Maija. I can't see Maija, but she's there on the right hand side of me. But that's Maija's work behind, and Mika's work was there too, and Amy's and mine. And we had this show in Wrexham, which was really well received, and it was kind of the start of it, really. And it seemed like a project that had a lot of potential, and it's grown such a lot since then. So that's in the foreground. That's my xylophone thing. That was a moving thing. And in the background, there's Mika's ink prints, and the that is a video in the doorway, and it kind of jumped up and down. Very sort of skinny white man jumping up and down. It was really cool. Very sort of dynamic exhibition. And there's Cardamimit singing and playing kantele in front of Amy's prints. So kantele is like a traditional Finnish harp, basically, because we realized there was lots of similarities between Welsh culture and Finnish culture, and one of them is that they have their traditional harp in the same way that Wales we have our traditional harp. It's a different sort, but you know, there are a lot of similarities. Okay, so that was the first. That was all in 2013, and then in 2014, we did a completely different group, and a group of Finns came to exhibit in Oriel Sycharth, which is the Glyndŵr University Gallery, or was. It's not there anymore, unfortunately. And it was called Flow, or Cleave in Welsh, Virta in Finnish. And it was, so this is Anne Tompori's work, and it was used as the poster. So the Finns who exhibited in Cleave were Anne Tompori, Nora Tapper, and Mika Karhu and Maija Helasvuo. And then we moved the whole exhibition and included then a different group of Welsh artists to Gallery 3B. I don't know if any of you remember it, but it was a big gallery space in Wrexham, which is now also gone, unfortunately. But Maija's sculpture is just off the side because I'm done the slide a bit too small. Sorry about that, Maija.
No, it's so great that you have those slides. I didn't have that kind of photos. Thank you for saving this all.
That's okay. I've been looking for them all day. Sorry. So, and these are some of Mika's prints here again on the wall there. People looking at. There's my son looking much younger. Oh, and the Welsh artists that were included then, which exhibited in this exhibition in Gallery 3B, were Tom Gillespie, Ant Dickinson, Angela Davis, Katie Cavenu, and me. And this is Angela Davis standing in front of her sculpture, which is kind of very intricate little thing, very brightly lit in a dark space. Oh yeah, and into that opening came this band as well, which are a very sort of traditional, but kind of again sort of quite avant-garde folky folky group called Deg Mewn Bus, which means 10 on a bus. And they all sang like separately, and this lady with the fiddle played the saw, and it was really, really great, and it worked really well with the music. There's Ant Dickinson and his work partner Andrew Gale. They did this piece with an old piano. They left an old piano in the wilderness in Wales somewhere, and it decayed, and they took sound recordings of the sounds that it made as it was decaying, and then they made a piece of art, a film from the sounds that it made, and then they brought this massive kind of rotten piano into the gallery, which was a bit of a tall order to get it out again anyway. This is a drawing by Tom Gillespie, who actually he's quite a inspirational figure, really, because it's him that organised the sculpture symposiums at Lake Vyrnwy. They're all international. Well, with mainly with Eastern European countries actually, but anyway, European. I think Russian one as well actually. So they brought sculptors over from all these different places and put on this sorry, put on this this symposium, which ended up in like a sculpture park basically, which some of it is still there. So it's from that idea that our idea for the project was born, really. And that's his work. My piece for that, I didn't have anything really in the gallery, but this was part of it, and it was a sound box, and it was like a sort of interactive piece where people could go and make loads of noise in the Queen's Square in Wrexham, which was there for quite a long time. In the end, people seem to like it a lot. So the next leg of the project was at Galleria Pihatto in Lappeenranta. So all of those artists that I just said, Tom Gillespie, Angela Davis, Ant Dickinson, Katie Kavanagh and me, we went to Lappeenranta and we put on this exhibition. This is Katie's work here in the poster. And there's Katie with her work, which was very striking and on those big stone walls. And there's Ant. So you can see what he's playing there is a thing called a cruth, which is a kind of well, ancient, very old type of fiddle, basically. And he was sort of he does the thing of like using very old, very simple sort of analog instruments and then altering them by putting them into a digital format and, you know, using the mixture between the two. So that's what he did. That's Tom Gillespie preparing something for hanging his paint collages. And that's the opening night, and there's Ant in the gallery playing an improvised piece using the using the cruth and the and his digital whatever he's using. But so yeah, when we were on our way there, he had this cruth thing sticking out of his rucksack on the train. And this woman started talking to us, and apparently there's a really similar instrument called a jouhikko in Finland, or there was, or people used to play them a lot. And this woman had been making them and having workshops, so it just happened that we met her on the train. It was a very strange thing to happen. And while we were in Lappeenranta, we always try and on the program, whatever leg of it we're on, we try to sort of get some sort of interesting happenings going on together as well. So these are all artists from the area, and we're on a cruise. Anyway, there we are, all on a cruise around Saimaa. Yeah, and yeah, it was just nice way to get to know people, because I think the point of the exchange program has to be that people get together and talk about what they're doing, and actually that is the most inspiring thing, is that you know, you really do get a kind of clash of cultures, or not a clash, but in a good way. It's a mix of cultures, you know, and I think that really works if you do something fun together as well, not just go and put up an exhibition. So it's even better if you can actually be working together. But that's the next thing. So this one was in 2015. This was Sivulla on the Edge. This group of artists, Päivi Eronen, Maija Heikkilä, Teemu Heikkinen, Tuulia Iso-Trykari, Jussi Nykänen, Paula Tella and Anne Tompuri came to Indegin, and it was I don't know if you know, but it was a big gallery, and they filled the gallery and looked really dramatic and great. So That's Anne Tompori's big paintings. And this paper in the foreground is what was left after Paula Tella did a performance. Yeah, I haven't got a video of that, but it was great. And in the background, Tuulia Iso-Trykeri's paintings, Rules of Engagement, they're called. And I honestly can't remember who did those ones. So this was some of the artists. And anyway, so the next thing was in 2016, we were in Gallery Toolbox. So Maija and Mika are part of a group of Finnish artists who've got this space in Berlin called Gallery Toolbox, and they invited us over there. And the idea is, I think, that it's usually a mixture between Finnish artists and German artists. So again, it's kind of fostering this sort of interaction between artists from different countries, and that was great. We got asked to be there, so that you can see Amy's work on the wall there, Amy Sturley, and Ant did a small projection on the wall, which I haven't got any photos of that, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, while we were there was Brexit. It's literally happened while we were in Germany, and thinking how great it is to be in Europe. And then there's the sign saying no more fish and chips. It was very sad. And this is Maija's work in the foreground, and my pendulum paintings there in the background. And I think that's probably the last slide. Yep, I'll go back to it. So then the next one was in 2019, and that was the exhibition in Hämeenlinna, where we all wanted to go to, and that we had a lot of Welsh artists going, and some of the best ones that Wrexham can offer anyway. And and of course COVID hit, so we couldn't go. Our work went, but we couldn't go. But Salla will tell you more about that and show you some images, because I haven't got any, or not many anyway. But then I just want to say, just before I go, in 2024, we've got a plan to go to Toolbox again with Penny Hallas, and we've just heard that's Katie Caveno as well, and me, and Susanne Ring, who's a German artist, a very fine one. She's going to be part of our exhibition, which is really fantastic. And then in 2025, we're already planning a sculpture symposium in North Wales. So that's basically as far as we've got. But that's quite far, isn't it? That's still 2 years ahead. Okay. So that's it. I'm gonna stop my share now. Thank you for listening. Hope it wasn't too boring. Hope I didn't miss anybody off.
I'm first telling a little bit about our organization. Maybe then afterwards, when I'm coming to the group exhibitions, then Maija and Marja can continue, because they know about the exhibition more. But anyway, so I'm now the how do you say, chairperson, chairman of the organization Ars-Hame, which is the organization that is now involving in this exhibition in Elysium Gallery. And members of our organization are part of the exhibition now in Wales. And we have our hometown is Hämeenlinna, which is about 100 kilometers north from Helsinki. And in Hämeenlinna we have this exhibition gallery, exhibition space, like art gallery in the very center of Hämeenlinna, and it's called Taidehalli Häme, Kunsthalle Häme, or Ars-Hame. And there's we have an open call, and then we have a board that selects 12 exhibitions for every year. So one artist can have, or one exhibition is about 4 weeks at a time. Also, we have in the back of the gallery, there's an architect, which is for the public to lend or buy art for, how do you say it, but when the price is cut into pieces and there will be no profit for so that you can buy it in pieces, pay it in pieces. Anyway, so this is how it looks from the outside. So outside. And then we also, like Elysium, we have studios for artists. I think it's altogether something like 50 artists in 2 cities, in Hämeenlinna and Riihimäki, which is a little bit south from Hämeenlinna. And there are very different kind of houses. In Hämeenlinna, we have this big house, which is full of artists in different fields. And then in Riihimäki, it's a smaller place with 9 artists. But Ars-Hame is like organizing the things between the owners of the buildings and with the city and all that. And now we have also collaboration, artist in residence collaboration with Kunstlehaus Lukas in Aarenshoop. There was a big delay with COVID, but now it's going on. And also we are producing group exhibitions in Finland and abroad. And this exhibition that Marja was talking about in 2020, or was it on 19? There should be dates. It was one of the exhibitions that we are maybe producing is not the right word, maybe organizing or being part of the like the group who is making the exhibitions, but also sometimes producing. We are applying funding for the exhibitions. Like now we got funding for Wales, so we could all come there and see you all people. And then we have in these big exhibitions we have quite well, the cities that we are having these exhibitions in Finland are also in big part of the making these exhibitions happen, especially in our town in Hämeenlinna. They are also lending and like giving us money and then giving us very cheap empty spaces to fill up with art and so on. Yeah. We have been also exhibiting in Norway and in Germany in different places during the years, and they are all somehow involved with these artist groups working together, artists meeting in some art fairs in Stockholm, or knowing each other by other networks or something like that. So it's always starting in really like in the grass, in the roots where things are happening. So this Wales exhibition is really like personal contacts and like you two, like Marja and Maija, and then the organization can be like have a supporting role in these kind of things. Yeah. Well, yeah, kohtuusyhteys, tasa-arvo, which in English is like moderation, cooperation, equality, was the name of the exhibition that Marja and Maija were curating in Hämeenlinna. And yeah, it was in 2020. So it was a COVID time, but not a bad situation here in Finland. So we didn't have any masks or anything in the opening, but there was quite much space between people and so on. And there was really, if you want to take over now, Marja, you can tell more about it. It was quite a big exhibition, very many artists from Wales and from Germany, was it? And then from Finland also, from Häme, Ars-Hame.
It's probably better if Maija talks about it because I never even saw it. So
oh yeah,
yeah. I mean, we got a group together, and it was just so sad we couldn't go. But can you hear Maija? Can you tell a bit about the other artists? Because we're the toolbox.
Yeah, it's yes. This was also part of. I have to say part of toolbox exams, because of the toolbox we got know the people from Berlin, and also some of the Ars-Hame exhibitions in Berlin was through toolbox somehow. So contact made by toolbox. Yeah. So yeah, and this was really success, this exhibition, maybe because of the corona too, because there was a lot of viewers. There was 10,000 visitors in the summer.
Wow. So
and it was really Wales, German, or Berlin based actually, and then as Salla says, Ars-Hame members, but also we invite some artists from Finland, and we made a curator jobs, Marja together, but it was just before you maybe don't remember anymore because it was so. I mean, because of the corona, it's happened.
I remember.
Everything changed again, and and this exhibition, this Hämeenlinna exhibition, it's part of this Swansea exhibition. I mean, it's an exchange between Hämeenlinna and Wales. Yeah, but there was also this is Berit Talsep-Jaaniso, who was invited.
Mm-hmm.
She's a Estonian artist who lives in Finland, or lived that, I don't know now, I think she lives in Estonia, but anyhow was working then in Finland. And this was also, this is Marja's work, yes, but it was a really huge place, and it was supported by, as Salla said, Hämeenlinna gives money and support it and gives the place. And there was also Juha Sääskis, also he was maybe invited. I think so. Now he's member of Ars-Hame, but I don't know if he was then member of Ars-Hame, but he is part of our toolbox. So this is also the connection to toolbox. But yeah, but yes, it was really big exhibition. There is Jonathan Powell. And
I've heard of him.
Yeah. And it was really big one, and I really thanks the Hämeenlinna city and Janne Nieminen, who is working in Hämeenlinna. I think he was have a big role about the whole things, because our exhibition was in upstairs, and then downstairs there were some other projects, and that was one of the reasons why there was so many visitors. Or what do you think, Salla? It was a part of.
Yeah,
it was one of the reasons, yes. And so we got really 10,000. It was because of the corona maybe, but because of the other project in downstairs also. This was a huge former shopping center, which was full of art on that corona summer. So yeah. Okay, no that was, yeah, but it was really, some of the spaces was really rough, but some of the space was really like a museum. It was, I think it was a great project. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's also a part of this like a series of summer exhibitions that the organization has been giving during the years in Hämeenlinna and Riihimäki, which are taking place in abandoned places, or the places where there are not usually art, and then there starts to be art afterwards. Maybe there will be other exhibitions, like in Riihimäki old glass factory and everything. It's like we have this tidy gallery, and then we do also more like more free and more like organic projects with other artists. And this is the main, like, basic thing, this gallery for our organization. But it's really important, I think, I at least I think so, that it's like in a association which is led by artists. It's really important to have a role, to be a supportive for things to happen, artists to meet each other in different places and work together. Not only that the basic exhibitions are going and the things are looking nice and tidy, but that it's really good to have a little organization which can take a big role in making things to happen.